Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and today we're going to be reviewing the Amok Time Toys Killer Klowns from Outer Space figures. This includes Tiny and Shorty. Both of these guys come with several accessories, and although they have limited articulation to them, they have a phenomenal amount of detail. Now for the duration of the review, I will be using stands to hold up these figures. Normally they stand fine on a flat surface, but for some reason the table that I review my figures on, they're having a bit of trouble staying up. So these do not come with the figure. They are two stands that I had purchased on Amazon.com from a different seller. If you're interested, I have a separate review on figure stands that you can find out some more information on those. But yeah, just to give you a heads up, these are not included with these figures. Now as far as accessories goes, each of these figures comes with two separate sets of hands. One set is boxing gloves, and then the other set is made to hold a ray gun in one hand and a pie in the other. Now we'll start off by reviewing Shorty here. Out of the box, he has the boxing gloves on him and is sort of in a stance with his arms down at his side. He has articulation in the head, left and right. There is no real ball joints on these guys, but there is flexibility in the shoulder, forwards, backwards, left and right at the elbows, and then up and down, and then the wrists also rotate. He does not have any sort of ankle articulation. There is no articulation pretty much below the shoulders. He does stand fine on flat surfaces, like I mentioned. The heel on both of these figures kind of goes up at an angle, so if you have a wobbly shelf, I would recommend using one of these doll stands. They're real cheap. You get like 12 for like $15 or something like that. But they seem to do the trick for the reviews anyways. Normally when I have these guys on display, they're fine, so you don't really need to worry about them taking a shelf dive at all. But as you can see, the detail on this guy is very well done. The paint job is not bad at all. There are a couple minor points where there was some it looks like the paint may have scratched off at the factory, but it's not really noticeable unless you're kind of eyeballing it up close. So, but yeah, really nice detail on this. The joints are slightly loose on the elbows for Shorty here, but overall the joint quality is not bad. It's very strong, very durable. It does not feel shoddy at all. I know that's one of the problem with a lot of NECA's current figures. They just seem to have a real issue when it comes to joint durability. So, give you kind of a 360 here of the head. The collar portion right here, right above the neck, it does sort of move. It's not glued down at all, so that is normal. But yeah, the face on this guy just looks fantastic. Now, right out of the package, Tiny has a different set of hands on him. He has the hand to hold the pie, and then the other hand to hold the ray gun. Now, you can interchange the different sets of hands quite easily. They just pop off, and then he also comes with a set of boxing gloves as that are displayed on Shorty over there. So, key differences between these two figures is just the paint application. They have the exact same sculpt, exact same accessories, but from what I remember from the film, these are actually two separate characters. But what's nice is just having the ability to change up the hands and the completely different paint applications on these guys. They really do stand apart from each other, so it doesn't look like a distinct repaint at all. Same articulation on this guy. The joints are a lot better as far as tightness on the elbow joints for this figure. So I think that just might have been, something with the Shorty figure I got. But overall, really nice joints on these guys. Give you a close-up of his face here. Once again, really nice paint application, no bleeding, everything just looks fantastic on these guys. Most of the time, I mean, from my experience anyways, the figures that I purchased from Amok Time Toys are in fact better than a lot of figures that I purchased from NECA in the past. They have a really limited run of their figures, but if you can get a hold of them, they're so worth it. If you look, I actually have reviews up of the Tarman figure from Amok Time and the the Day of the Dead figures that they released. I think it was Dr. Tongue and Bub, which are just fantastically detailed and have a lot of really cool articulation and display value to them. So I would definitely check those out. But yeah, the pie that it comes with does just sit on his hand. You kind of have to have his elbow up to get it to hold right, but it just kind of sits on there. And then it's actually not too hard to take the ray gun out. Give you kind of a close-up there. It doesn't feel flimsy at all. It's actually pretty solid. And then you just kind of set it in his hand and then kind of rotate the trigger in to position. And then it just kind of sits there. So, works out nicely. You don't really have to fight it at all. Now, one of the things I wanted to briefly touch on during this review was how nice these clowns from Amok Time look with the Soda Toys set. There's not much size difference-wise. They're the same scale. The Soda Toys clown is slightly taller. He's probably about maybe 7.5 inches tall, whereas these guys are about 7 inches on the dot. A little taller, including the hair. But as you can see, they fit in nicely with the other previously released clown, and they just look fantastic all together. Now, individually, these guys go for a bit more than a regular NECA or Mezco figure. They go for about $25 each. And like I said, they don't have as long of a run as NECA figures normally do. But that's not to say that these are any less valuable. The detail on these guys are fantastic. Like I said, I really love the paint application and the accessories that came with each of them. And they are definitely worth the $25 price tag on each one of these guys. You can find them on Amazon.com, or you can find them on Amok Time Toys website, which if you Google Amok Time, you can find their website quite easily. So, like I said, I have pretty much no problem with these figures at all. Normally, I'm ridiculously nitpicky with my reviews, as you probably come to know. But yeah, I love these figures. They're fantastic. Definitely worth the money. I would get them sooner rather than later. There are several Amok Time figures that have been released that go for like $120 now. They did a really cool Elvira figure a while back that I still haven't been able to get a hold of, but it goes for around $100 to $130 now, depending on where you find it. So, like I said, if you're a fan of Killer Klowns from Outer Space, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I think it might actually be on Netflix Instant Play right now, so I would check into that. But yeah, fantastic figures. I would definitely add these guys to your collection as soon as possible. So that's about it for this review. If you have any questions about the figures, just leave them in the comments below, and check out some of my other reviews, including a couple other reviews that I do have posted for figures from Amok Time Toys. Thanks for watching.